This is something that I'm working on right now, and I just wanted to give you a little preview of some things and kind of walk you through it. So first, Canva, Canva.com is a free site. There's other things like PicMonkey and a few others that you can do things with. I like Canva. I like to stick with something, once I'm comfortable with it. I like to stick with the same thing so I don't have to keep relearning. I haven't watched any of the videos. All of the training and everything on here is available. It's just that it was too time consuming, so I just kind of got in and started figuring stuff out on my own. So some of you listening or to this or watching it might already be a little bit more savvy in some of the things, but basically what you'll do is you'll create an account. Now, recently, and I would say within the last month or so, you cannot access Canva through Internet Explorer. You have to use Chrome or whatever. That Chrome is the option or the alternative that I use. And I don't know why, but now it's like that. The other thing is you can get an app for Canva, and I have it on my iPad. It's a little bit harder to work from the iPad just because of not having a keyboard when you want to, with your text and things, but you can do stuff with it. And I do like to go and look at my stuff on my iPad so that I can see what it looks like on a device rather than looking at it from your computer screen. I have a couple other tools that I learned when I did my Constant Contact, which is my email marketing account that I have, and I went through a boot camp, and that was the thing that really helped me the most. That carried over into all of my other marketing that I did. So that's one thing I want to suggest to people is pay for a training, pay for something, a course that is going to teach you something, because it's not just about that one course. What you learn in that is going to carry over to so many other things. My Constant Contact one, I understand how to embed things. I understand about color matching. I understand how teaching how people look at marketing materials and what catches their eye. I know how to put in links and make everything clickable. I know that it's important to dominate their basically their screen. So you want to, when you're clicking on something, you want them to open to open in a new tab. You don't want it to take over yours. So you want to be basically, when you're looking across the top of, if you were looking across the top of somebody's screen, you would see all these tabs and they were all linked to you. So it's just going to open a new tab and they're going to open a new tab. You don't want to be sending them to other places. And so it really taught me a lot. And then once you understand that, then you can carry over into other things. So that's what really did help me. So this is what it's going to look like with your account. Now, these are all things that I've made. So you can see these are, I've been working on, my daughter is a senior. She graduates tomorrow, and it's also her 18th birthday tomorrow. So I had to make a board. They make a memory board. And rather than, the board is one of those trifold cardboard ones that you would see on a, like for a presentation, or like a science fair or something, if they had to do a project. So I think they're like 3 by 4 feet trifold, and you have to decorate it. Well, I wanted to use the collage things, because rather than using here, this one, 6 full-size pictures, I could make this and use in just one area, the size of one picture. Then I could use this. And what I did was, I'll show you the original template that this came from and how I modified it. So the original template only had 4 pictures, and they were shaped a little bit differently. They did not have the frames around here. Each one of these frames matches what she is wearing. I matched the color of Miranda, with the exception of this one, they're in the truck. But this blue is the color of her pants. This pink is the color of her dress. This green is the color of her shirt. This pink is the color of her dress. This blue is the color of her shorts. So I matched all of that. Now I had to go to, in making this faster, it was not a fast project at all, but to alleviate time, I was just putting all of the pictures that I had of her that I either had on CD or a drive or scanned in, I would take to Costco and have them printed, and they only print in 4x6s. If you want a custom, it costs a lot. So when I download this, if I click download, when I'm using it on the internet, so I always just go right to web because I usually am using Facebook. So that's what I do with everything. But for her, for these pictures, I needed to download to a PNG. So if you want to use the picture, if you're going to be using something like creating a poster or something, or using it something for some other collage, then you want to save as a PNG. I then, at Costco, you can edit it because this is not a 4x6. So I also had to know how much space am I going to have up here and how much am I going to have here. And I honestly, I just downloaded one and went to Costco, printed some stuff up. I wanted to see how it would look first, so then I knew what I could do with it. So let's go back to designs. And again, you can see all of the different things that I've made. And this is where I make all of my Facebook banners. This is where I make my my little things, you know, for all my marketing materials, the images. Oopsie, I don't know what I just pushed. So let's go back. Okay, I don't want that one. Back to designs. Okay, so you can see I've got some stuff that I've started, like this one, I started it and I never finished it. Some of these cost money, and that's the other thing. When you're working from your iPad, you can't see how much money it costs. From here, you can. So let's go in, let's say we want to create a Facebook post, a Facebook cover, or you have other options. So the Facebook cover and the Facebook post, those are typically the ones that I use. Now, though, I have been getting into more, I'm loving collages, and I just discovered them. I don't know if it's new or what, but I just discovered it a little while ago, like maybe 4 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I love these because there's so many different options that you can do. So these, it'll say free. Again, if you're working from your iPad, it doesn't show whether there's some little symbol there, but I don't know what it means. So all these are free. Now, if it's not free, if it doesn't say free, so this one has a little $sign, they're going to cost $1. That's all it's going to cost. So if it's something that you really like, then you should pay the $1. And if you pay $10 in the beginning, you get, every time you do pay $10, you get one free. So I have not spent $20 in my lifetime of Canva. But you can see all of these different things. So this is the one that was the original of the one that I just previously showed you. So notice how it has kind of a funkier background. See, it looks almost like my computer screen is dirty, and it only has 4 pictures, and these two are the same size. This one's a little smaller, and this one is a different shape. I can change the shape of these. I can copy them. I can rearrange them. I can do whatever, and I can change the background. I didn't want to have this ripply thing, so I'm going to click on here, and if you go to the color, that's the color of it. So if I go to the color, I'm going to make it white. So I just changed my background to white. I can change it to whatever color that I want. Now I'm going to show you how I did the how I matched the color. And so you can do this for if you want to change the color of the font, if you want to change, if you're adding a frame, if you want to change the color of the background, which might happen fairly often. Like on this one, I might want to match the color. I might not want white. I might want to match the color of the grass or something. So in order to do this, you're going to have to download a tool called eyedropper. And eyedropper, so now every single color has a number, has a code. And so I'm going to go to, you can't see it right now. Shoot. Okay, you're going to tell me if you can see this. So I'm just grabbing my little eyedropper code. Can you see a little? You can't. Okay, I need to, I don't know how I'm going to change my screen sharing with this. Because I have to keep holding on to it. I have to stay left clicked on it. What I have here is a little site. It's a little like gun sight, and it's a little tool. So I'm hovering it around on different things, and right now you can't see where my cursor is, but take your eyes over to the left and see the happy birthday, and it's a yay, and it's Joseph is 2, the little 2-year-old guy. So you can't see my cursor, but I'm holding my little sight right on top of that blue, the color blue, and it's 4AA7CF. So I know that I want to match that color, 4AA7CF. So that is the color. I took my little sight and I held it right on top of there. And if I could match this color, as long as I'm that little sight, it's going to tell me what the number is to whatever color it is. And every single color, every pixel or whatever has a number. So now if I click that, I've now matched. So the background here, it sure doesn't. Oh, you know what? I need to go to background. Hold on. So that's the color background. Okay, it's not doing it for me. I think, can you hear me okay? I keep getting a thing that says my internet connection is,
I've lost you once. You kind of froze up, but just the one time.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with this right now, so I'm going to move on. So I'll change, there we go. It's working on this. So see how I just changed this color, I matched to that color. For some reason, it wouldn't go to my background. So I can change these. Now that I have that color in there, I can change it. And that's good for each one that you're doing. As you're working on it, you can change the color of it. So this color isn't, if I go start a new one, this color is not an option. I would have to punch it in again. So now let's go back to how I created my designs. So we're going to go to my designs today. So how did I create that first one I showed you? Let's take an easier one here. So that same template that I just showed you, that's this. I made the background white. I changed the summer break, so it's the same. See, there's that. There's that. I copied. I wanted to have a fifth picture. So all I did was click on it and copied it. So I can copy it. I can drag it over. I can move it wherever I want. I can actually, on these even, change the size of them. So I can also turn it so you can angle things. You can turn everything. I can turn and angle this. I can move this over to wherever. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to show you one more feature. I want to see how this little, I'm going to grab this and I want to see how these little lines start popping up. Like there's a line right there. If I am, right now, I am centered with the one over on the left with Miranda and Katie, the colored one with Miranda and Katie underneath this one I copied. So I'm centered with it. If I come over here, now I'm centered in the middle of the page going horizontally. Here, now I'm centered in the middle of the page going vertically. If I wanted to center over here or line it up with there, now I'm centered with, or I'm not centered, but I'm even with the top picture. Okay, so let's say I want to do that and leave it there, but I've lost prom. So I'm going to shoot this picture to the back. So prom now shows up over the front. So you can manipulate things and let them, so that you can have them layered. I had to do that with this because I wanted to, if I had this picture on top of this picture, it would have cut off, see how the edge is here? It would have cut off too much of Bertha. This is Bertha. If I had this one on top of this one, it would have cut them off right there, and I just would have had a bunch of background there. So what I did was you can keep clicking. I want to bring that forward. Now it's forward. Okay, I want to take it back. I want to take it back. I want to take it back. So if you keep clicking things, okay, I want to bring that part forward. It goes to the sides. It goes around the sides. So it will go, and I haven't paid enough attention to, okay, which one am I on now? I don't know how to figure that out. But if you keep clicking it, you might have to go around in circles a few times to figure out which one you're doing. But so now we have this picture, and what if I wanted to change? This is the, so I can, now I can copy this, I can resize it, I can move it around, I can turn it, I can send it forward, I can send it back, I can also delete it, but I can also, and here you need to know when you have more than one thing showing, whatever is in the circle, that's the one that you're doing. Right now, it's only giving us one option, but sometimes you'll have the picture and then you'll have another one of these little bars and it will have a color in it. So if I wanted to delete something, make sure whatever's in this little circle here, that's what you're working on. So if you're seeing a color in there or a picture, you can delete it, or if it's a picture, you can filter it. So here, that's normal. If I wanted to change it to Cali, it would look like that. If I want to change it to a grayscale, that would be kind of cool, but it doesn't really match the rest of the pictures, or Nordic. So you have a lot of different options as far as your filtering. I'm going to go back to normal. Actually, yeah, I'll go to normal. Now you also have, so you can change the brightness and the contrast there. You also have advanced options. So here you can change all these things too. I don't know exactly what they all are, but say I wanted to blur it out a little bit. Then I can just click there. Or no, I want to bring it back. Or I want to make it really sharp. So you have a lot of options with each individual image as well to do. Now, let's go back to my design. So this is a pretty basic one. What I did was I added to the original, that's the original, minus this. Let's undo that color change. Well, it's not letting me do too much here. Oh, cool. So there, this is the original. And so from this picture with this funky background, dull pictures, let's take this one, oops, yeah, dull pictures. I went to this, I made it a white background, I added a picture, I changed the color. The color of this matches Miranda's prom dress. And I resized this picture, and if I click on here, see how the original, I can slide it. So if I wanted to take me out, I could make it actually, if I wanted to, oopsie, what just happened there? If I wanted to take me out, I could make it bigger and then do that. And then if you don't like what you did, just hit X and it'll take you right back to what you had. But okay, I'm good with that. I just want Sean and Miranda on there. Now I'm gone. And if, oops, I didn't want to do that, undo it. Keep clicking undo till you get back to whatever you had. So that's how I changed this one from the original, added those different things. Let's see what it looks like with a background. So if I went to a black background or a blue background, that's the color of her dress. Let's go back to white. So you can, like I said, you can do a ton of stuff with this. All right, so now we're gonna go back to my designs, and this is one that I created earlier just for this, well, tomorrow's her birthday. So I chose a collage. This is another collage, and I chose, not sure where it is, coming up. Here it is. I kind of wanted to do this one. I liked that one. Okay, so I chose this one, so I'm going to be paying $1 for it. So this is what it originally looked like, and each picture was color normal, but it had kind of some funky stuff. So these I changed, these ones I went with Nordic because they were colors, pictures. These two, this one was from her phone, and this one is a black and white one that we had done. So that picture is that size, so I can change it down this way or whatever. And so let's see what I had before. Okay, I kind of liked it a little lower. And then, so it says, Happy B-Day, Miranda. This in here said Harper, so I already changed that to Miranda by clicking on there. Now, let's say I wanted to change the font. There's tons of fonts, tons and tons and tons. So you just scroll up here, and when you click on it, it's gonna automatically change to it, so you can see what it looks like. Because I don't know, I don't memorize what fonts I like or whatever, but I like this. But there's an empty square here, and I want to put 18. She's going to be 18. So I can copy these are all exactly the same. I can change the size as well, or the color, obviously. But I'm going to go ahead. You don't see copy here, do you? So I need to copy it from here. With your fonts, you can also, not all, it must already be in bold. Some fonts won't let you do bold, and it might already be defaulted into italic or bold, or this one is uppercase. I can take uppercase off and then just do it myself, but I want uppercase on. I can take it to the left, center, or right. It's already centered, fine with that. And I can add a link to it. Now, adding a link, so if I highlighted this, and this I've done quite a few times with my marketing materials, I have through GoDaddy, I have my own URL that is kellysdealoftheday.club. And so I purchased that, and I can go in and I can make it link to whatever I want. So right now, today, I might put it to the 3-day refresh because today's the last day of the sale. So I might do it to a 3-day refresh complete kit, and make a Facebook post ad for that, and then post it, and they could see I could embed the link. Now the link on the picture is only going to really work. It's only going to be clickable if I share it to Facebook or Twitter right now. I don't ever do that because it takes them to Canva. They'll get to see my image, but it takes them to Canva, and I don't want to do that. It doesn't look the same. So I don't do that. What I do is I download my images onto my computer, and then I go into Facebook and I upload them there. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to take, so now I need to move it. Oh, I got to grab it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to grab things, especially if they're layered up. So here, see, now I'm centered with Enjoy, with the bottom things, but I'm not centered there. Now I'm centered with vertically and horizontally. So all I have to do is click on here. I can do it anyway. I can highlight the whole thing. I can do whatever. And I'm going to put 18. So I want to, these have these little dots. Anything that when you run your cursor along, I don't know if you can see it, but I can copy those. I can delete them. I can copy them. So if I want to put some more dots, you know, whatever graphic they've added in there, or if you don't like them, most often I will take stuff out. Like they'll have a little arrow or they'll have some little thing. So don't look at, I like to look at the templates, but just because it has something on there doesn't mean you have to keep it. And I can even, if you don't like these colors, I can change the color. I can see how this is the color that's highlighted right now. I can change that color to blue. I can make them all the purple. I can go into my color code and I can change it to whatever color I want. So you are not locked in to what you see. And that's why using the templates is kind of nice, because you can go through and see what you like and you don't have to do it. Now I can create any of these that I want, and if any of the layouts, if I go to layouts here, any one of them, whoopsie, come on. Some of them have a lot of templates, so you got to really go down pretty far. But see, as soon as I get into here, when it has just these little clouds, those are templates that you create yourself. So if you're thinking, I'm just not seeing a layout that I like, I want something that has 3 long columns. I want something that has this. I want to be able to put my own image in there, blah, 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 blah. So there are tons and tons and tons, and every single thing that you choose. So right now I'm in collages. If I were in Facebook banners, it would be the same thing. I would just see a bunch of examples of Facebook banners, and then if you keep on scrolling to the bottom, you're going to get to be able to design your own. I do really like this little circle one too. I think that was the first one I ever used. I thought that was pretty fun. So now let's say I wanted to add, I like everything, I like how it looks, but I want to add one more element to it. I want, well, let's say I want to add some elements. I can add shapes. So on that other one that I showed you that had the girls, and I showed that how I matched the frame, the border of each picture matched what Miranda was wearing. I did this by adding, I framed it by adding, whoopsie, I went too far. I added this. So I can add that, and it came out big. So what I did was I just wrapped it right around the picture. So if I wanted to just change around here, I could do that. If I just wanted to change this center one rather than all of them, I could do that. Here with your colors, so that this is where when I hit this plus sign, it's this number down here. I used my coaching code. You can't see. It's my eyedropper color matcher. So you're just going to have to Google eyedropper, download the tool, and when you have the tool, it looks like a little gun sight. Like if you're looking through a gun and you're gonna shoot a bird or a cat. Then you left click on the tool, and then with your mouse you just run that little sucker all over your screen in whatever color you want, and a number and letters are going to come up, and that's that code. So then I type that code in here, and that's how I change the color. So I can change that to whatever color I want. Now I don't like that there, so I'm going to delete it. So I'm done with this one. I like how it looks. I'm going to download it. I am only going to use it on the web. I'm only going to print it, or I'm only going to put it on Facebook tomorrow morning. So it's here, and it's going to go into my downloads on my computer. So that's where I'm going to find it. So there is that. Let's go back to my designs. I don't know why my screen got so big. I run my fingers. We're at 175. Okay, there we go. So I really like this one. This was a collage that I did, and you could do this with I did change the size and stuff, but they have the softball team, when they come up to bat, each girl has chosen a song, and Miranda's song is here comes the boom. So this is a home run that she hit, and somebody had the picture of, here's the pitch coming in, she just hit it, this is her rounding third, that's her coach, this is the team, whoopsie. That's the team when she's ready to meeting her at home plate, ready to give her a high five, whatever. And so that's her right there with the helmet coming in. So you can do stuff with these with 21 Day Fix. You might do something that shows different images of, the containers and then the food and whatever, and you already have this one. I added my own script to it and changed it up. I am working on one and I don't really like it. So here, this one, this is one of the images I had a photo shoot, and so I have my own images on here, and this is a challenge group that I'm going to be doing. We do 3-day refresh, and then for 7 days they are going to meet with me, each person individually. Prior to starting, they have to actually fill out a questionnaire, and it's a lot of behavior stuff. So I want to know, they have to pick one thing. They may have 100 things that they know that they need to work on, but they're going to pick one. We are going to pick one thing based on the information that they give me. And I'm asking how they feel about food, basically. Like when are you challenged? And I could share that questionnaire with you if you'd like. But we talk on the phone then, and I go through, okay, tell me, you answered this way, and I have them rate themselves, like on a scale of 1 to 5. You feel that you are how you view, or blah, 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 blah. And, what would get you from a 2 to a 3? Or what would get you from a 2 to a 4? And so we really just talk and see and decide. They decide. I ask the questions on what they think they could work on right now. What is a reasonable thing that isn't this big, huge, yes, I know I need to lose 25 pounds, but it's overwhelming and daunting. Okay, well, what are the things that you feel need to happen in order for you to lose 25 pounds? So that might be, well, I need to exercise, and I need to quit eating sugar, and I need to quit drinking wine, and I need to quit eating out. I need to quit. And I need to include this and do this and do this. So let's just pick out a few things. So if you were to, you drink a soda every day. So do you think that maybe you could drink a soda 3 days a week instead of 7? Yes. And what would you replace it with? I mean, what do you think is going to be hard about not drinking that soda? What time of day are you doing it? So I really get focused with them. We pick one thing. So so they can feel really successful and see that it's these little things that matter the most, not the big things. So they have 7 days of focusing and practicing on what they're going to be doing, and they feel good because they dropped a few pounds. There's no pressure on the 7 days because they haven't officially started their 21-day eating or their workout, so it's okay if they screw up a little bit in the beginning. So then we move into this. So basically, anybody can do anything for 3 days. Oh, I did that for 3 days. Yeah, I could do 7. Okay, I did 7 days. Now I'm doing something different for 21 days, and they all feed off of each other. So now I have 31 days. I have a whole entire month that we've worked on behavior change. So this I don't like at all. This color right here, I matched to my bra. I tried to get colors that were the same tone and weren't really boring. The white, if I had white in here, it isn't very good. I added the "you did it." I feel like it's unbalanced. I just don't like all the color here and so much white. So I don't really know what to do. So some of the stuff that I make, it's just like, this looks like crap. And I don't, so I might just start over. So I'm just saying, you got to just kind of mess with this. And as you've done more and gotten a little bit more creative, then you'll get much more savvy, including how do I don't know if I wanted something that was looked like handwriting, but it needed to be bold enough that you could see it. And, what if I did that font? How did that look? So I kind of like that better, actually. That really looks a lot. See how it changes? Just by changing the font, I think that looks better. It's not so big. It looks a little bit more balanced. Could match. I don't know what color I'm matching, so let's go with that one. Now the color matches this one. Those two match. So I think that already looks better. So then if I want to download that, I download it for the web, and I'm good to go. So what are your questions?
I've used Canva for a few things, but really basic. I am so not creative.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize just how much you could change until now. Didn't realize how much you can change the templates. And that's what always turned me off. If I didn't find one exactly, I'm like, oh, that didn't work. And I can't make my own because I lack creativity. But actually, now that I see that I can change a lot,
yes,
I think it'll be helpful.
Yeah, and even with this text, I could have added any of these, and just because the text, I mean, that's where you can, okay, that's already done. I really like the look of that. I want to do that. You can do that, but you can still change the font. So you might like the look of this one. So let's add that. So you might like the look of this, but you can change the font,
right,
and you can change the size of them. And when I click on here, I can also, well, I don't know if I can on this one. Yes, I can. When you go to transparency, I can fade it.
Mm.
So when you see things where you still want to see the picture behind, you can, you know, as a little fade, you can change it through transparency. And that's kind of cool. This isn't a great example to see that. And I could send that to the back. I can do whatever. And that might be something that you add, you know, if you have, let's upload something. So today, so I've uploaded, you just want to be looking for images. Recently, I mean, I have a ton of stuff with my daughter right now just because that's all I've been working on. But like this picture here with the berries, I just saw that and it's so clear and pretty. I thought for sure I'm going to use that sometime. Okay, I already have what I want to use uploaded. So let's go back to designs. Let's create a Facebook post. And so I've got this clean slate right now. I can pick something here. I like this one. But I don't want to use that. I want to just go to my uploads, and I'm going to find that. Where did I skip it? Nope, there it is. So let's do that. Oh, you know what? Let's try this. So right now I can just drop it on there and I can make it bigger. The problem with this is that's when do you see how it's starting to get a little, it's too fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that stuff. So that's where you have to be careful about the things that you're doing. So let's try a layout that's free, that has a picture. So let's go to, this is, okay, here's one that we're, okay, I don't like this at all. Hold on. I really like this one. And it has a picture, but it's not really the right size for us. This one might be a better one to use. And I can change all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to click on the picture. I know that I'm on the picture here. And I want to go to my uploads. And I want to put that in there. Oh, shoot. There we go. So, no. Okay. See, it's still, this one is just too big for, and I can't change it. That is the original size of it when it's in that much. So that just doesn't look very good to me. So let's go ahead and trash that. So now I've taken the entire picture out. I didn't want to do that. Let's go back to that. Let's put, this just was a bad, that's where you get in here and you're just thinking, okay, that's just a bad design. That's just a bad, and all these are bad. So I will, now I just have a blank picture. I will go to our 411. See, now look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
Now I think we need to have a white, not purple. But I can make, okay, we're good with that. You always have to do that. Let's try making it bigger. It'll still be good because it's a better quality picture. High resolution is what you want to look for. High resolution images. So now we can't see that, so let's change it to white. Why did that not change to white? There we go. Okay, so I could say anything I want, you know, maybe it's 3-day refresh, last day, blah, 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 blah. And then I can add other elements if I want. You can add shapes, you can add lines, you can add charts, you can add frames, grids. So shapes, I already showed you, would be, and you can scroll down and get all sorts of stuff, all sorts of shapes. You also can add, if I want to add an arrow. I want to point to something. So I can get all these different arrows. And if I use, like, say I want to use this one, and it's not quite, I need to turn it a little bit because it's not quite pointing at what I want. So you can turn it. I want to change it to white. I want to make it a little, sorry. I want to make it a little smaller. Okay, my screen, it's so touchy. And when I put my finger even like to right to the center, it totally, okay, I'm going to grab it down here and I'm going to make it smaller because I just want to wrap it around it. So see, you can do tons of stuff with this. Whatever you want to do. And then again, just download it. If I'm not done with it, that's where in my designs, I've got a ton that I'm not, if it's like this, I haven't downloaded it. Or it might just not quite be ready. But these are all, you want to get our images. You want to take our images. This one I need to change to on sale now. Okay. So now I need to change this to 13th and 20th. So I kind of like this one. I matched the purple line with the fix color of fix. And I can, if there's an image and it has something on there that you don't want. So when we take our images, you need to make sure that that they have the date that you want on, because we have some that's January, but you could add text. You could find a little circle and I could add the little circle thing and put it right on top of there and hide it and say my own thing, and I could just fit it in so it fit just perfectly and it's just right over the top. Now this one, this is actually a really good example of different things, because this one, this banner was something that I got off the 21 Day Fix Facebook page. I go in, and if you click on it and then click on underneath where it says options, click on download, and then you can download it. Because if you just copy it, or I mean, if you just share pictures, then when people click on it, it's going to shoot them to that Facebook page, and then they're going to be able to see all those pictures. I don't want to do that. I want to keep them on mine. I don't want to send them. That's where you have to be careful. You don't want to keep sending people away with their clicks. You want to keep them with you, keeping going to all the stuff you have with your clicks. So this was perfect, and see how crisp and clear it is. And I could have matched to her bra. I could have matched my font, which I probably should, because both of them have that color. 21 Day Fix Extreme, there is no banner that works. So I had to take this thing, which is a little bit bigger, and use it. And you can see how the quality of this image is not the quality of that image. 21 Day Fix Extreme, I can't find good stuff. So again, one of the things that I will do is, as far as finding images, are we sharing? Do you see my, what do you see on
your Facebook screen?
My Facebook screen?
Like your news feed.
Really? It's not what I see. It says okay, I want to resume share. Huh.
Now you're back to Canva.
Okay, that was really weird. Okay, now are you seeing my Facebook page again?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I will do a search on Google for images of 21 Day Fix Extreme, images of happy people, images of people crying. I did one, I made a post where there's this woman and she's crying, and I say, don't cry, you still have 2 more days. You didn't miss the sale, there's still 2 more days. Or, you have 1 more day of the sale. And so you can, if you think of something that you want, then just start saving. I have files called images for Canva. I mean, and you can then you can put your own, you might find an image or want to use something, but then add your own verbiage to it. So here with my banner, I think that, can you see my page now? Do you see
no, I'm looking at your Facebook still.
Okay. My Facebook page or?
Your news feed, I think.
Okay. I'm going to give you a new share.
Okay, now I see your page.
Okay, this is weird. It's saying that this is my now. Do you see Facebook?
Yep, I see your Facebook page.
Okay.
Yours.
So I took this banner from that already had this verbiage in. I took this banner from Beachbody, and then I put in the verbiage here going across by just adding text. All I did was just add text. And text so when we went to the text images, and it had all these different things, these fonts and circles and whatever that you could add. Well, if you look right at the top, it's add a heading, add small text, whatever. If you just click on that, you can do whatever you want with it. So, I mean, you can make it big, make it little, change the font, change the color. Well, that's what I did with this. And then notice how it has a little square around here. I added not the frame that I showed you, but I think one of the first ones. It's just a square, just a block. So I put that on and I stretched it into a rectangle. I made it a certain color, and then I went to transparency and I faded it so that you could see through, because I thought that this verbiage I wanted to stand out, but I didn't want to hide the images of the supplements. So I faded the color out there. So if we look at it this way, you can see a little bit better the color of that there. And that's what I did. I took the exact same thing and I did it with this is the banner I had before. So I just took the exact same thing and just modified it that way. And then here, this was one that I purchased and changed that. This is also one. This one I created from a template that had a picture and then had verbiage here, and I took out some of the stuff, and I think it had chopsticks or something, and I angled the letters there, and these two, using the little lines, I could angle it so that they're going on the same angle, so it's not all funky. One thing that you have to remember, though, when you're making things is that you are going to have your picture right here if it's on your right, personal or whatever. If it's in a group, though, you won't have the picture, but you're going to have words here and words here. So if we go to if we go to our here, you need to keep in mind the one that what you're going to have. You're going to have these blocks here, and you're going to have the title here. So when you're making something for your groups, keep your verbiage up here. Keep it up more to the top, and know that you don't have a picture here, so you got a little bit more room. This was one that I added this. I just added text, and this was a picture of a clock, and I just put the picture of the clock, and this is an image that I got. There are several things, several sites that if you Google free high-res images, these are going to be the things. They're stock photos that are free, so they don't. They're good for the internet. You can do whatever you want with them, and they're a little bit different. So right now, I could grab this, and it would have the crystal clarity that so this is an example of the difference between the 21-day fix image that I did that had the really good one, the high quality one on top, and then the other one that was at the bottom for 21-day fix extreme. It was it just wasn't crisp. It just didn't look really good. And that's what you really want to get things. So here, don't look at the whole picture. Look at parts of the picture, because I can change all sorts of stuff on here. I don't need to have this whole picture of the truck. I don't need to have I don't need to have all this stuff here. I can pull out, because I can make it bigger. So if I know this has taken a while, but I want to find one that I could just grab a little something off of. I kind of liked the jumping of the feet. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I'll just use that picture because I might come up with something. I like this. So I am going to download it. It's huge. Look at it's huge. All right. So I'm going to save the picture as it may already be downloaded. So we've got it. It's going to be in my pictures. I'm going to save. So now let's go back to Canva. I know my sharing stopped, and I'll get you back in just a second. So if I go back to Canva, I'm going to go to my designs. I'm going to, I want to create a Facebook banner, and I'm just throwing the banner out there just so that I can show you this quickly. I need to upload. I want to, I need to upload. This is giant, and I don't know how to make this part smaller. Sorry. Okay, so now we need to go to my pictures, and I need to find, if you see that before I do, then, okay, where is it?
I don't see it.
Well, I know it went in. Didn't it go to my pictures?
I thought so. I don't see it in there.
Yeah, because I don't see it. Okay, we must have missed it. There it is. Okay.
Oh, it was probably there before.
Yeah, okay. I do that a lot. All right, so now here you can see, and you can do multiple images. So I could have gone, as long as they're next to each other, you can click on it and then shift and click on, so you can upload however many pictures you want at a time. When you're uploading several, so you can see the picture right now, but see how this little guy is still, it's not quite ready for me to use yet. So as soon as this goes, please, my friend just scared me. Okay, so now it's ready. So I'm going to, you know what? Let's first get to a layout. I want to have a picture. So I don't need to use that picture. I'm going to go to my uploads. Uploads. So now it'll be big. Okay, so what if I just wanted that? So see, you don't have to, don't look at a picture and just see the whole picture.
Right.
Look at parts of it and see what, because you can change it. If you get those downloads, you can change it. Or maybe I just want this. But that's why you have to have those high resolution images, because otherwise the more you pull it out, the more it's going to, oopsie, dang it, I wish I would quit doing this. Undo. Okay, so as an example, if I take this one of my daughter, and it's not high resolution. Dang it! That actually doesn't look that bad.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, so it'll get kind of great. That actually is really cute.
It is actually really cute.
I need to bring it over.
They get kind of grainy or something.
Yeah. And, okay, this is another thing, though. So I kind of like this. I want to make this Happy Birthday, Miranda. So I'm going to take that other girl out of there. But, oh my gosh, this is right over her face. So I can move it to this side. And I probably don't want that. I'm going to say happy birthday. Now, okay, here I want to hit enter. Oh, that didn't quite take it. I can either change the font size. I'm going to center that right there with her, with happy birthday. I'm going to change that to 0610. And I want to copy that font. So I'm going to take this. You got to wait till you have your little so you can help me. You're going to help me decide how this is going to help. So what's going to look good here? So we're going to put Miranda. And I want to probably make it smaller. Let's try 48. Not liking it.
I like it better down there, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, down there. If I take this,
Yeah,
okay, that's centered up.
Over.
It's my name is going to be here, and I want to put this as my Facebook banner.
Oh yeah, that's so where I actually like it. Is right in there, but
yeah, so that's where you have to think of. So maybe I don't need it.
Yeah, and maybe you don't need
the picture is good enough. So now I'm going to download image for web. Meanwhile, I'm going to get back onto Explorer because that's where I already have my Facebook open. So I'm getting in here and I'm going to do a new share and I'm going to do desktop and share screen. So now I have it hopefully downloaded in my downloads. Oops. I just want to change. I want to upload a photo. I want to go to it's going to be in my downloads. It is not here yet. Sometimes it takes a little while to get here. Let's make sure I'm not missing it.
There it is.
There it is. Pizza party. See, it is grainy.
Yeah, now that it's bigger. I can't tell as much on my phone.
But, so, I could pick a different picture. And I can make it not so big. But that's the difference there of, that. She's cute.
She is cute.
Okay, so I hope this was helpful.